If you want your dog to live to 15, 16, maybe even 18 years old, there is one simple thing you can add to their bowl tomorrow morning that most dog owners have never even heard of. It costs less than a cup of coffee, it takes 30 seconds to prepare, and vets have been quietly recommending it for years. But here's the part nobody tells you. The bowl of dry kibble you feed your dog every single day might already be working against you, silently stressing their kidneys and shortening their life without a single visible symptom. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to add, how much to use, and the one common mistake that sends dogs to the emergency vet every single year. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, we talk about everything that helps our dogs live longer, healthier lives. So if that sounds like something you care about, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the like button right now before we get into it. It genuinely helps this channel keep making videos like this one. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about something almost nobody explains to new dog owners. Dogs in the wild, and even dogs 100 years ago eating scraps and raw meat, got most of their daily water from their food. A fresh piece of meat is roughly 70% water. That means every time a wild dog or wolf eats a meal, they are also getting a big drink of water at the same time, without even trying. Now compare that to a bowl of dry kibble sitting in your dog's dish right now. Kibble is only around 10% moisture. 10%. That is an enormous gap, and most owners never even think about it because the dog still has a water bowl nearby, so it seems like hydration is covered. But here's the problem. Most dogs do not naturally drink enough extra water to make up for that missing moisture in their food. Cats are famous for this, but dogs quietly struggle with the same issue, especially as they get older and their thirst signals become less reliable. Over months and years, this small daily gap adds up to something called chronic low-grade dehydration, and it puts extra strain on the kidneys because the kidneys have to work harder to filter waste with less water available in the system. This is one of the quiet reasons why kidney issues become so common in senior dogs, and by the time symptoms show up, like increased thirst or changes in urination, a significant amount of kidney function may have already been affected. The scary part is that none of this shows up as an obvious symptom in the early years. Your dog looks fine, acts fine, eats fine. But inside, that dry, processed diet may be creating a slow, silent stress on their body that builds up quietly over time. So what do you actually do about this? You do not need to throw out your dog's kibble or switch to some expensive prescription diet. You just need to add moisture back into the bowl the smart way. And that brings us to the first ingredient. The first thing I want you to start adding to your dog's bowl is either unsalted bone broth made specifically for dogs, or, as an easy alternative, warm water mixed with a small amount of sardines packed in water, not oil, not sauce, just plain sardines in water. Here is why this one addition matters so much. Bone broth is made by slowly simmering animal bones for many hours, which pulls collagen, gelatin, and natural minerals out of the bone and into the liquid. When your dog eats this regularly, that collagen becomes raw material their body can use to help maintain healthy cartilage in their joints, the cushiony tissue that keeps them moving comfortably without stiffness or pain. As dogs age, their bodies naturally produce less collagen, which is a big part of why senior dogs start slowing down on stairs or hesitating before jumping onto furniture. Bone broth also contains an amino acid called glycine, which plays a role in supporting the liver's natural detox processes. Your dog's liver is constantly filtering everything that passes through their body, and giving it a little extra support through diet is one of those quiet habits that adds up significantly over years. And then there is the hydration piece we just talked about. Pouring warm bone broth or that sardine and water mixture over dry kibble instantly boosts the moisture content of the meal, which supports healthy kidney function and helps your dog stay properly hydrated without you having to do anything extra. It also makes the food taste incredible to your dog, which is a huge bonus for picky eaters or senior dogs who have started losing interest in their regular meals. For serving size, a simple guideline is around 2 tablespoons poured over your dog's daily kibble, adjusting slightly up for larger breeds and down for very small dogs. Just make sure whatever broth you buy has no onion or garlic in the ingredient list, since those are toxic to dogs even in small amounts, and we will talk more about that danger later in this video. The second ingredient I want you to know about is wild Alaskan salmon oil, or if you would rather use whole food, fresh blueberries sprinkled into your dog's bowl a few times a week. Salmon oil is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, and these are some of the most studied nutrients when it comes to supporting a dog's long-term health. Omega-3s help keep your dog's coat shiny and reduce skin irritation, but the real story is what they do on the inside. They are believed to help calm chronic inflammation throughout the body, which, as we talked about earlier, is one of the quiet driving forces behind many age-related health issues. Reduced inflammation supports healthier joints, a healthier heart, and may also support brain function as dogs get older, which matters a lot when it comes to something called cognitive dysfunction syndrome, which is essentially the canine version of age-related memory decline, sometimes described as doggy dementia. Dogs who show early confusion, changes in sleep patterns, or seem to forget familiar routines as they age may be experiencing this, and diet is one of several factors that can support healthy brain aging over time. Blueberries work alongside this in a different way. They are rich in natural antioxidants, compounds that help the body manage everyday cellular stress and support the immune system as your dog ages. A small handful of fresh or frozen blueberries a few times a week is a simple, low-cost way to give your dog's body a little extra support. Now here is a pro tip that most owners get wrong, and it genuinely matters. Salmon oil goes rancid faster than people expect, especially once the bottle has been opened. Rancid fish oil does not just lose its benefits, it can actually upset your dog's stomach. Always store salmon oil in the refrigerator after opening. Never leave it sitting in a warm kitchen cabinet, and try to use it up within the time frame listed on the bottle, usually around 2 months once opened. If it ever smells strongly fishy or sour, stronger than normal fish oil smell, it is time to replace it. A fresh, properly stored bottle makes a real difference in how effective this addition actually is. The third addition, and honestly one of the most underrated ones, is 100% pure pumpkin puree. And I want to be very specific here, not pumpkin pie filling, which is loaded with added sugar and spices that are not good for dogs. Just plain pure canned pumpkin. Or you can also use plain unsweetened Greek yogurt as an alternative or addition. Here's why this matters so much. A massive percentage of your dog's immune system, somewhere around 80%, actually lives in the gut. When the gut is inflamed, imbalanced, or struggling, it is not just a digestion problem, it becomes a whole body problem, because a compromised gut means a weaker immune system, poorer nutrient absorption, and more background inflammation, feeding into everything else we have talked about in this video. Pumpkin is naturally high in fiber, which helps regulate digestion in both directions, firming up loose stools and gently easing occasional constipation, which makes it incredibly useful for dogs with sensitive stomachs. It also contains natural prebiotic compounds that feed the good bacteria living in your dog's gut, helping that internal ecosystem stay balanced and strong. Plain Greek yogurt, on the other hand, contains live probiotic cultures, the actual beneficial bacteria themselves, which can help support a healthy gut microbiome directly. Together, pumpkin and yogurt work like a 1-2 punch for gut health, one feeding the good bacteria, the other supplying more of it. A simple starting point is around 1 to 2 teaspoons of pumpkin for small dogs, up to 1 or 2 tablespoons for large dogs, mixed into their food a few times a week, and a small spoonful of plain yogurt as an occasional addition or treat. If your dog has ongoing digestive issues that do not improve with simple dietary changes like this, that is always worth a conversation with your vet, since persistent digestive problems can sometimes point to something that needs closer attention. Now I need to pause here, because this next part might be the most important 2 minutes in this entire video. While there are wonderful things you can add to your dog's bowl, there are also common human foods and ingredients that seem harmless but can genuinely put your dog in the emergency room. Garlic and onion in any form, including onion powder or garlic powder hidden inside broths, sauces, or seasoned human food, are toxic to dogs. They damage red blood cells over time, and in larger amounts can cause a serious condition all at once. This is exactly why we talked about checking broth labels carefully earlier in this video, because many broths made for human consumption are seasoned with exactly these ingredients, and they are incredibly easy to miss if you are not specifically looking for them. Heavily salted broths and processed human foods are another hidden danger, since excess sodium puts unnecessary strain on the kidneys, working directly against everything we just spent this video trying to protect. And then there is xylitol, an artificial sweetener found in many sugar-free products, including some peanut butters, yogurts, and baked goods. Xylitol is extremely dangerous for dogs, even in tiny amounts, and can cause a rapid, dangerous drop in blood sugar along with potential liver damage. Always check the ingredient label before sharing anything sweetened with your dog. And if you ever suspect your dog has eaten something containing xylitol, chocolate, onion, garlic, or any other toxic substance, do not wait to see if symptoms appear. Contact your vet or an emergency animal poison control line immediately, because with toxic ingestions, time genuinely matters. The lesson here is simple. Everything we have talked about today, bone broth, salmon oil, pumpkin, yogurt, these are wonderful, safe, low-cost additions when done correctly. But the difference between a helpful bowl topper and a trip to the emergency vet often comes down to reading one ingredient label carefully before you pour something into your dog's food. Adding these simple, natural ingredients to your dog's bowl is a wonderful first step toward giving them a longer, healthier life. But diet is only one piece of the puzzle. If your dog has been sleeping strangely at night, tossing and turning, waking up frequently, or sleeping curled up tightly in a ball instead of stretched out the way they used to, that is not just random behavior. It can actually be an early, quiet sign of joint discomfort, anxiety, or something else going on beneath the surface that most owners completely miss. I actually made a full video breaking down exactly what your dog's sleeping position means and what changes in their nighttime habits could be trying to tell you. Click the video on your screen right now to watch it next, because catching these small signals early is exactly how you help your dog live a longer, more comfortable life. Before you go, I would genuinely love it if you dropped a comment down below and told me your dog's name and how old they are right now. I read every single comment, and it honestly makes my day seeing all your dogs in there. And if you know someone with a dog they love, do me a favor and share this video with them, because you never know. This could be exactly what helps their dog live a few extra healthy years too. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. That tells me you genuinely care about giving your dog the best life possible, and that is exactly who this channel is made for. Give your dog a little extra scratch behind the ears from me today, and I will see you in the next video.